Hey guys, it's me, Anais. So today I decided to do an otherworldly look. I was very inspired by science fiction with this look. So if you want to see what I did with this little face here, just keep watching. Thank you. The first thing that I'm going to do is apply my Andalou face cream all over my face and my neck. And now I'm going to apply MAC Paint Pot Painterly all over my eyelids, giving it time to really set. Next thing that I'm going to do is apply my MAC concealer. I'm going to put it underneath my eyes and then everywhere that there's a little bit of redness, like on my forehead, my chin today. I don't want any redness peeking through when I'm done. Now I'm going to be using my MAC foundation and I'm just going to apply it with my brush all over my face and neck again and just pat it on in there until everything is looking nice and not red. Now I'm going to use a white eyeshadow, and that is just going to make it has a slight shimmer to it, so it's going to make my face whiter and also kind of glowy. I'm just going to put it all over my face. So the fluffy brush that I'm using, I only use with white or iridescent powders so that it stays light and doesn't, put anything darker on me. The next thing that I'm going to do is a little strange. I'm going to use blue eyeshadow out of a palette that I got at Christmas time. It's by one of those very budget brands. I'm not sure what brand it is. I looked on the case and there isn't anything. I'm not sure what it is. But anyhow, I'm going to use one of their blue eyeshadows as a blush because I want this to be a really kind of otherworldly look. And I know that with this palette, the colors aren't as intense as my Urban Decay, for example. So I just want that sheer wash of blue when I'm finished. Now from that same palette, I'm going to use a light green right underneath the blue, just for a little bit of contour. And now I'm going to blend it on in with my white powder. Of course, I'm going to have a little sip of my tea. Please forgive me. Without tea, I'm nothing. Now I'm going to be using, from my Urban Decay Electric palette, the color Thrash. It is a bright yellow-green color, and I'm going to put it all over my eyelids. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of it underneath my eyes, so it's bright all around. To go underneath my eyes, I'm going to use a little tiny brush so that it's going to be more precise than my fingers. Now I'm going to be using a blue color on my eyes right over top of the green. And I'm going to use a smudging brush so that it's kind of is rounded all up over it. Now I'm going to use my MAC eyeliner, and this is a really beautiful color. It is purple and it has sparkles in it. I love it, and I'm going to use it on my waterline, both of my eyes, and then I'm going to use it to create a little wing, both going towards my inner corners and going out like a traditional wing. I think it's already starting to look quite otherworldly now, and we're not even done. Now I'm going to take the purple eyeshadow from my Shadow Box palette, and I'm going to apply it on a little brush there with some Fix Plus so that it's not going to go anywhere, and I'm going to just put it on top of where the blue is, so it's going from that yellow green to blue to purple, and I'm going to go almost up to my eyebrows but not quite, and using kind of the way that the brush wants to apply the product is going to have a big arch all the way over to, you know, the inner corner of my eye there. And then it's also bringing together that purple eyeliner with the whole look. Now I definitely want that blue to be more visible. The Stila color is really pretty. It added a shimmer to the color. But now I'm going to use the palette Something to Rave About by Wet n Wild, and it has a baby blue color in it. And so with Fix Plus on my brush, I'm going to apply the baby blue on top of the green, on top of where I had, like directly on top of where I had the Stila blue, so that my blue is a lot more visible, and then it also has that shimmery base from the Stila. But I definitely want there to be a clear distinction between each color. I'm going to use my little tiny brush and make sure that I go over that yellow-green color again so that it remains bright, because sometimes you're like, wow, I thought that was really bright, and then you get the rest of your makeup on and you're like, not as bright as I thought, so layer it some more. Now with that same Wet n Wild palette, I am using the top color in there that is labeled Brow Bone, and I'm actually using it on my brow bone just like they said. And it is this really buttery, pretty yellow that I think really brings together the eyelid shade with the rest of it without being too bright right by your eyebrows. Yeah, I really like it. It's very subtle, but it ties it all together. Now I'm doing my eyebrows in MAC Fling again, and I'm going to use a little firmer of a touch so that my eyebrows are quite visible to go with my quite visible eyeshadow at this point. Then I'm going to be using my MAC mascara. I'm going to coat both my upper and lower lashes. Alright, now for the lips. I am going to first put on lip balm. Now I'm going to use that baby blue color in the Wet n Wild palette, and I'm going to pat it on top of the lip balm. One thing that you could do if you don't want to have any of your natural lip color showing through, I thought it makes it kind of look a little, I don't know, I like the effect of it in this look, but if you don't, you can always line your lips with a nude lip liner and then continue and do this kind of thing. Or if you want this bright blue color, there's a couple companies that have bright blue lipstick as well. Lime Crime is coming to mind. Lip Tar has one. I just don't have that. I would really love to have the Lime Crime one, for example, but unfortunately at this stage in life I don't. So I'm making do. Now I'm going to go back into the Urban Decay palette and grab that light color, that yellow green that I have on my eyelids, and I'm going to press it directly into the center of my lips. Upper and lower. I'm going to focus more of the pigment on my lower lip though. I'm going to grab a little bit of MAC glitter. I forget the exact color that this is, but it's matte glitter, and I'm going to press it directly on top of where I have the green on my lower lip. Now I'm going to go back in with my vanilla MAC pigment, and I'm just going to apply it to my cheekbones because I want that whole cheekbone area to pop out even more and be more iridescent. And now to complete my lips, I am using a MAC lip gloss, and what is it called? It's called Shiza.